Hi everyone, I'm Rob Evan, and I'm a product manager based in Singapore. What do I usually do as a product manager? Normally, I start by asking all the right people, all the right stakeholders, some of the requirements that they have of what they imagine that the product can do. So it can be users of the platform, it could be the CEO of the company, other product managers, and after I gather all these ideas of what they want to build, I start laying out a map of which ones have more value and the effort that each one takes. After that, I normally set up a list of which of those features that they would like to add are low-hanging fruits, like they could bring a lot of value, and then at the same time, it doesn't take too much effort from the development team to get to them. And we start there. Set these up as projects that usually I laid up in tools such as Confluence and Jira. And each one of these, I try to separate it into releases. So a feature could mean we want to start creating a plugin so that people can use our platform through a CMS. So this project could take quite a long time. That means that, first of all, we need to lay it out in tasks so that the development team can tackle each one. But also it needs to make sure which are going to be the deliverables on each one of the phases. So perhaps a first phase could mean a first month of work, and we need to lay out what do we expect by the end of that month. Usually this is very important because it's the acceptance criteria of the project, which is what do we expect to achieve by the end of that phase? Is it an increase, or is it some sort of data export that we would like to be able to do by the end of the phase? Or maybe we would like to see some UI already developed by the end of it. So when I lay out this project, I then set it up into multiple tasks that I eventually move into sprints. So perhaps you've heard about agile development and Scrum. I set up each one of the sprints with tasks that are assigned to the development team. And in the beginning, if we don't have a very specific idea of how many tasks can we achieve per sprint, then we start doing some, and then afterwards we start measuring the speed, right? So if after a couple of sprints, we notice that we can manage a certain amount of tasks or effort per sprint, then we will have an average. And that way it's easier to map out the rest of the projects and how long are they going to take. This is very useful when we are trying to develop a roadmap. If the company already has a roadmap, sometimes it happens that they don't know exactly how long is it going to take, right? They may set up some goals for certain quarters of the year, but they don't know necessarily if they are achievable by that quarter. So by making this measuring of the effort that each one takes after getting the average of what the development team is been doing for the last couple of sprints, that way you will have a better idea. This is most of what I do as a product manager. It's, as a summary, gather requirements of features that we want to add into our product, then lay them out in projects, put all the tasks in sprints, and then make sure that those tasks are assigned to people and are getting to be done in the right time frame so that we can achieve our goals. After that, usually I go and make sure that the KPIs that we wanted to achieve by the end of the project are actually measured and achieved. So if we wanted to get 10% more users on our platform by the end of the project, that of course we needed to make sure that we were measuring before and then after the project is done. So I made the comparison. Okay, I created a report, and we make sure that we can see if the process and the project was a success or not. So yeah, thank you. This is normally what I do as a product manager. Thanks. If you'd like to know more about the life of a remote product manager living in Singapore, you can follow me on social media, YouTube, 小红书, TikTok. Pura vida, 再见, thanks.